Hello everyone, Namaste. Myself Dr. Rahul Dev Yadav, Assistant Professor, Amlan Medical College, Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Today I am going to tell you something about sulfonamides. Before starting my presentation, I want to tell you the learning outcomes that are: know about sulfonamides, what is sulfonamides, how do sulfonamides inhibit bacterial growth, pharmacokinetics, and adverse effects. As we all know, antibiotics are the chemical substances obtained from certain microorganisms, that is bacteria or fungi, and are used to kill or inhibit the growth of other pathogenic microorganisms without affecting the host tissues. Antibacterial agents that interfere with the growth and reproduction of bacteria, while antifungal agent is a substance that selectively eliminates fungal pathogens from host with minimal toxicity to the host. German bacteriologist and pathologist who was awarded the 1939 Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine for his discovery of the antibacterial effects of Prontosil, the first of the sulfonamide drugs. Prontosil red, a dye used to treat experimental streptococcal infections in mice, was found to be highly effective, used to cure infants with staphylococcal septicemias. Sulfonamides is a class of organic compounds that are amides of sulfonic acids, some of which are sulfur drugs and act as powerful inhibitor of bacterial activity. Few examples of sulfonamides are sulfadiazine, sulfacetamide. Now I am going to discuss about chemistry of sulfonamides. First, compounds found to be effective antibacterial against in safe dose ranges. Chemically, it is a molecule containing sulfonamido having functional group attached to the aniline group, structurally related to para-aminobenzoic acid. Now I am going to discussing about mechanism of action of sulfonamide, how sulfonamide drugs act in the body. As we all know, folic acid is essential for the growth of bacteria. It is a precursor of purine, which is precursor of DNA and RNA. Para-aminobenzoic acid is a precursor of folic acid, and sulfonamide has a structural similarity to PABA. Some bacteria synthesize their own folic acid from PABA. In this bacteria, sulfonamide compete with the PABA for the enzyme folic acid synthetase and prevent the incorporation of PABA into folic acid. So, folic acid is not synthesized, as a bacteria are deprived of folic acid and are unable to multiply. That means bacterial growth is inhibited. As we all know, in the figure right hand side, PABA, pteridine and glutamate synthesized in the presence of pteridine synthesis that forms dihydrophthoric acid. This dihydrophthoric acid in the presence of dihydrofolate synthetase forms dihydrofolic acid. Further, this dihydrofolic acid combines with the dihydrofolate reductase and form tetrahydrofolic acid. This tetrahydrofolic acid further responsible for the purines and pyrimidines that are further the formation of the DNA and RNA. Folic acid is very essential for the growth of bacteria as it is crucial for nucleic acid synthesis. Many bacteria synthesize their own folic acid from PABA. Sulfonamides are structural analogues of PABA, enters the sequence in place of PABA. Sulfonamides are compete for enzyme dihydrotoric acid synthetase to create a non-functional analog of folic acid. This is of no use of bacteria, hence bacteria growth is ceases. That is also known as bacteriostatic action. Now stop for a second and write down the answer. And the question is, why sulfonamides are selectively toxic to the bacteria and not to the host? Okay, and the answer is, in human, the cell synthesize tetrahydrofolate from folic acid that obtained from food sources. This folic acid is normally transported to inside the cell by special transport system. Bacterial cell does not have such transport system and they should synthesize tetrahydrofolate using PABA. For that reason, human cells do not need dihydrofolate synthetase enzyme, which means sulfonamides have selective antibacterial activity, or humans absorb folic acid directly from the diet, hence sulfonamides are selectively toxic to the bacteria only and not to the host. Now pharmacokinetics. As we all know, a drug follows a pathway that is called ADME. A stands for absorption, D stands for distribution, M stands for metabolism, and E stands for excretion. Sulfonamide drugs are rapidly and well absorbed orally. While in distribution, it is widely distributed in the body and crosses blood-brain barrier and placenta, and it is accumulates in prostatic fluid. While in metabolism, it is acetylation in the liver, and acetylated metabolites are inactive but still contribute. Less soluble in acidic urine, that's why it is precipitates in the form of crystalluria, and renal toxicity occurs. Kidney excretion by kidney by glomerular filtration, that is more lipid soluble agents are highly reabsorbed, that is why longer acting. Sulfonamides spectrum is primarily bacteriostatic, that means it's only inhibit the growth of bacteria. Second one is bactericidal concentrations can be attained in the urine, and last, it is effective against gram positive and gram negative bacteria both. Adverse effect. The major adverse effect of sulfonamide drugs are crystalluria or renal toxicity. Acetylated metabolites are less soluble in acidic urine, that's why it precipitates in kidney and renal tubules, that causes crystalluria and renal obstruction. For minimize the risk of crystalluria and renal toxicity, taking plenty of fluids or alkalizing urine. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you for attention. Namaste.